is why we're doing this. Just having a little fun. I'm sitting at my bench, doing my thing, and y'all just talk and answer questions. That's all I'm going to do. Talk about what you guys want to talk about. Some of y'all might be wondering what I'm loading up. And I'm deep priming and resizing 44 Magnum brass. Okay, get that done. Get some of CKB hardcast bullets here. So, we'll see what we're doing. It is a late night chat. So, getting a little bit of trouble from the Herder's brass. I may not use it much. I just put light loads into that for practice. I'm going to put the heavy loads into the Starline brass that I have. What's up, Scott Leaper? How you doing, buddy? I don't know you're here and can't talk to you if you don't say anything. What's up, Rob Tenring? Hope you're doing well. Just sitting here doing a little reloading. Can't show it on the screen on YouTube. Travis Chapin, what's up? How you doing? What's up, Aware Wolf? I hope you're having a good evening as well. Just sitting here. I overslept today, so I'm not tired. Everybody else is in bed. AK Dissident, love the name. See ya. Oh, I'm doing good. In case y'all didn't hear, I did have the negative results come back from my biopsy. So you don't have to worry about me like you do Paul Harrell. At this point in time, anyway. You never know. So, yeah, that's good news. Still got to go get a cat phone. Just hanging out at the house watching a little TV. Cool. Yep. Glad to hear the good news. Yep. I think I announced it on Instagram, but I didn't announce it on YouTube. So. Paul was pretty great. Yeah. He turned me off one time, but time to goon. Whatever that means, good. Mine are positive. Oh no, Scott, I'm sorry. Where's it at, Scott? I had to do mine on my thyroid. Caught this by chance, not getting live notifications. Yeah. Yeah, YouTube's bad about giving out notifications. They're just really bad. But yeah, prayers for Scott. You know what? Let's all pray for Scott. If y'all don't mind. Lord Jesus, help Scott with his cancer. Heal him. In Jesus' name, amen. Left lung. Oh no. Well, that's what we'll be praying for it. That won't be the only prayer I say. No, I don't have any thoughts on them. Those, I really don't know anything about them. I'm watching a lot of 6.5 by 55 videos. I love both of mine. Well, dude, if you live in Alaska, let's go shoot them. I probably said that before. You don't, and you probably don't live in Alaska, but that's okay. I would like to get a fairly modern one, like the Tika or something, where you could load it up. Yeah, cancer sucks, Scott. Scott, if there's a GoFundMe or something, if it's really far along, let me know, and email me at Alaskan Ballistics. I'll send out the link for the GoFundMe. So, yeah, there's another YouTuber sharing with me. Yeah, that he went hunting with his dad who had stage 4 cancer 2 years ago. You can beat it. So. Yeah, the M94 carbine, that. Yep. You can beat it. I will say that my best friend Jay did not beat it. For every But for every story that you hear of people not beating it, there's 3 or 4 people that beat it. So there is that. Yeah, lung cancer is the worst. One of the worst ones you can get, besides leukemia, blood cancer. Why you're so aggressive? Blabba. I don't know what you're talking about, Blabba. Hit that thumbs up, people. Thanks. No idea what you're talking about. Trust me when I say nobody in Alaska has seen me aggressive. You look like a grizzly bear. Well, thanks, I think. Sure, that's better than you look. How are the kids? Diamond Defense Solutions has a podcast style content, and they also have a gun store and have classes. Do you think civilians should take more classes like that? Yeah, absolutely. Rob Tennering, the kids are great, man. They'll wear you out, but they're great. Yep, civilians should always take classes. Blah Blah is probably one of those guys who just likes to come in and troll every live chat he can get on. That's okay, I respect that. Respect that a lot. I got the 338 normal mag barrel for that MRAD I picked up a couple months ago. My buddy is going to load me up some rounds here soon to do some ballistic tests. That's cool. We should go do those together, dude. I'll email you. Yeah, Alaskan Ballistics at Gmail. It's still possible to find those AP bullets for 338 too. What are we reloading tonight? I'm full length deprising. A couple of people asked this so far, so I'm full length resizing and depriming 44 Magnum. It's the first time I've ever done anything for 44 Magnum hand load. First time I've ever loaded for a Revolver. I know the crimp has to be pretty good, right? And if you have Revolver experts out there want to tell me the crimp has to be pretty good, I'm going to be using a Lee Factory crimp die, which is my favorite crimp die. That way I don't have to crimp and readjust my bullet seater. So, just trying to get through this box of 44 Magnum brass. And I'm probably about halfway through. Probably about 200 to 300 pieces of brass here. I have a JM stamped Marlin. Now that's the one we need to go shoot. If I could find a JM stamped Marlin, even if I could find a Rimland, I'd be happy. If I could find a Henry X, I like my Henry X. Haven't tried pistol bullets yet. Yeah. Does Underwood have their load data public? I don't think so. There's a guy who's been Forgot his channel name, but something weird and funny. But he was doing he was pulling apart buffalo bore loads and doing that. Jonathan, how you doing, Jonathan Ringel? By the way, yeah, I've loaded for 9mm, 10mm, 45. I've just never loaded for revolvers. 357 SIG. I've loaded for 357 SIG. What's your favorite new bang stick you've added to the herd in the past year or two? Just curious. To be honest with you, probably my 308 AR-10. That would be my most favorite one. The cheap 12 gauge AK JTS Chinese AK thing I bought. It's actually pretty good too. I'm just gonna have to put a good red dot on it for it to pattern well. You know, there's that. Might have to see if I can find a folding stock or something that fits it, or a different stock. Yeah, the stock sights don't pattern really well. They're pretty low. Finding up to spec load data for 10mm is kind of hard. Not really. I mean, up to like Underwood spec, yeah, but like Hornady still lets you get 1250 to 1275 in their loading manual. 1275 is only 25 feet per second slower than Underwood. With a 180 grain bullet, I think. Roll crimp for 44 mag. Okay, cool. Good to know. Yeah. Yeah, I'll have a full review of Werewolf coming out on the JTS. Hopefully I'll be editing that this week. That is the hope. So you said roll crimp for 44 mag. Is that the one you do on with the die itself? Because not really sure how to do that. There we go. Some of these herders brass doesn't push the primer out on the first time down. Anybody ever had that before? Yeah, I like my 308. Got my first year with the bolt action 308, and I've always liked 308 since. You know, it's what, 50 feet per second off from my 270, depending on the bullet weight and style. Waiting on the UXR to be available to order. Said it was supposed to be available in February. I'm a huge 308 fan. They want to know. Proposal like that. More people need to hold the politicians and people and system accountable for what they do. Yep. I saw an opportunity and I took it. They thought I was being aggressive. I had a freaking child on my shoulders. Leaf factory crimp die for 44 is a roll crimp. You can buy a separate taper crimp for lead eyes if you want. Okay, well, I'm going to use my Leaf Factory crimp die. So, further easy to set up. So, man, I'm late to the party. Oh, don't worry. Party just started. I got hundreds of more casings to go through here. Off camera, of course, I can't show you, but if we could only move our capital to Alaska. Yeah. Yeah, they think they can get away with anything there in Anchorage. When does the snow fully melt off in AK? Usually in April. Sometimes it takes till May. Last year was pretty late. Two years ago, when Steven from Bullets for Bucks and I went caribou hunting, there was still ice on the side of the river in the middle of August, and it was hot in the middle of the day. Like, it was legit hot. Cold the day before. It was legit hot. Oh yeah, big props for you to help killing that lying politician. That's exactly what this country's citizens need to call out. Just face to face to let them know we'll see them in the voting booth. I bought the Glock 19X last month. Already about 500 rounds. There you go. It's a lot of money, 500 rounds these days. Yep, we all got to do it. Find where your candidate's having where your senator's having or congressperson's having an event, and go tell them what you think. No, the 303 British is not popular here. Guns or ammo. The only one I've ever seen was when Chuk had one, that little lever action that he traded for. Probably already traded away. Yep, it's not about gun control or safety. It's about control over the population. That is exactly correct. If it were about safety, they'd have armed teachers in every school. What's up, Gizzard Gary? How you doing, Night Owl? What does it got to be, like 4 o'clock in the morning where you are? I don't know where you live, but... Just sitting here, reloading. Eastern Kansas, 1:38 a.m. There you go. Been a lifelong fan of the 30-06. I respect the cartridge. It's not a cartridge that I love. I feel like 308 does the battle rifle better, and I feel like I know 2 people would argue with me on that. 2 World Wars, ha 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 ha. But I think the 308 does that better, and I think 300 Win Mag is a better hunting round. So it is what it is. Yeah, it's okay to protect our politicians with guns, but not our kids. How convenient. Do you think the fact that we have an FBI presence in Alaskan lend itself to federal entrapment? Have you heard of anything like that happening when people are creating groups in AK? I have not. There's 9mm plus P and other cartridges. Why isn't there 10mm plus P? So 9mm generally generates around 31 to 30,000 to 3,200 psi, and your plus P rounds are going to have a little bit more psi than that. I think up to 34. I could be wrong. That being said, so all 10 millimeter are like in that range, just like all 40 Smith & Wesson are in that range. So unless it's a lightly loaded full metal jacket. So basically all 10 millimeter are plus P. All 357 SIG are plus P. So, you know, unless it's, you know, clearly, you know, some are heavier than others, don't get me wrong, but like they're all going to be in that 34,000, 32,000 psi. Somewhere between there. Some of the ones that are higher, like Buffalo Bore and Underwood, are going to be maybe even a little higher. I don't know the exact numbers, so don't quote me on this. But yeah, like many other things, there's quite honestly, they're all plus P. So I'm new to the channel. What's your opinion about the 458 SOCOM? All right. I have one for testing. I have a playlist on it, so I highly recommend that you go look at my playlist. I've found that the gun that I have, which is a Pro 2A Tactical, again, link on my MeWe page. Yeah, the gun that I have is awesome. Like, I've had some issues, but like most of the issues I've had were ammo issues. So, like, I feel that some of the ammo companies didn't shape the brass correctly, and I've had issues with it just jamming a piece of brass into the chamber, you know. And I've actually shown the brass in the video. It's like Underwood did not shape the brass correctly on a couple of the things, or they just got the brass in new from Starline, because it was Starline brass. They got it in new, and they assumed it was shaped correctly at all, and just loaded it without shaping it. And I would have one or two in every box that it would just go chink, and the shoulder was the wrong length, and it would hit the edge of the chamber before it would go fully into the chamber, and it just go, you know, right? So, that being said, there's been a lot of ammo issues lately. This is all new ammo. I shoot the Buffalo Bore, and I don't have near the problems out of that. The Buffalo Bore 300 grain TTSX. So, it's $89 a box at my local store, but I don't have any problems out of it, and I figure that's expensive, but it's way cheaper than a bear mauling you. So, there is that, right? So, kind of is what it is there. So I like the 458 SOCOM. Yeah, build you a Tromex. Build you high quality parts. That's all I can tell you. The Pro 2A Tactical I have is good. I ended up putting in a Tromex bolt carrier group to get it to run very smoothly in it. So, kind of is what it is. Trying to power through a couple of these first. And by the way, Scott Hughes, welcome to the channel. Appreciate it. Best AR-15 caliber that's not 223 or 300 blackout. 25-45 sharps. Hands down. You got an 80 grain bullet in a 20-inch barrel. It's getting 3,000 feet per second. Look up CW Longshot. I know he's loaded up a few. I definitely like it. I think that's, if you're going to deer hunt with it, that's probably the best, the 25-45 sharps. 6.5 Grendel's okay. It's, you know, you just can't take super long shots and expect the bullet to open up hunting. So, Vortex has a new video of 9mm versus 10mm for bear. It's all about what you can shoot best. Do you recommend an aftermarket barrel for shooting 9mm plus B? Not really, but if you want to get one, it would be The KKM. KKM. I have a 458 SOCOM and love it. Do you hand load for it, Joshua? If it's defense ammo, not practice ammo, and you only shoot it to 0, same drainage as same aiming point as practice ammo. Yeah, that shirt is sick. Oh, this one, Dare to Resist Infringements. It's an older one from TriStar Trading. And yes, I bought it. Same grain. Was it a mag issue? No, it was Bolt Carrier Group. Carrie Underwood did get fat. Well, you know, maybe she's pregnant or something. Good for her. I convinced 10mm is the best handling cartridge, and you can stop a bear, and it's not super rare, and it's in a semi-auto platform. There you go. 2545 Sharps. Who makes the barrels? The Sharps company makes them. There's I don't know. You have to look it up. Like I said, go to CW Longshot. That would be my favorite one. They sent like all the big YouTubers a copy and an ammo and a barrel and all that kind of stuff, and it's pretty cool. They also had an 87 grain full metal jacket. Hoping Reloading Weatherby could load that up in his 257 Weatherby and see what he can get in against body armor. That would be kind of cool. So you'd have a full metal jacket round at 4,000 feet per second, 87 grains. I might do it. I know he was getting... Ooh, that got mixed in. A 41 Magnum. Always got to be careful. Kind of wondering if I'd already sized another one by accident. Up here is the Bear Creek Arsenal, which I don't have any issues with, Underwood or SOCOM. Although the SOCOM ammo left some old residue, yeah. Even with new notifications on. So I really think that the YouTube just gives you stuff that you've seen before, that you've been watching recently. I don't think they give notifications. So if you want to get my notifications, well, go watch all my stuff. You'll get more stuff. Let's see. Yeah. Let's hide that user on our channel. Thank you, Travis Chapin, for taking care of that. I've had fantastic results with the 6.5 Grindle. Lots of ammo available in East Texas, but like I said, man, I wouldn't even try to harvest an animal over about 200, 250 yards with it. Yeah, that's how I feel about it. I got 183 25 grain FTX loaded for it. They tested really well. Well, hey, I got these to load up. If you want to load some up and we'll go make a video, I'll give you the whole box. Like, I'm not worried about, I'm not really looking to get into reloading a bunch for it. Like, I don't need to go make 800 rounds for it and have it as a SHTF gun. That's not the point of the gun. So forgot how much smoother pistol brass or handgun brass straight wall cartridges are than doing full length resizing for a bottleneck rifle. Flare wanting to find cheap Turkish ammo. Okay, thanks for letting me know. I can't sleep. I'm glad I'm here for you. Anybody in here have extra Taco Bell on Poor Thursday? Talk about it. Oh man, I wish I did. YouTube don't pay that much. What are you doing? I am resizing 44 Magnum brass. Give everybody a thumbs up. Sleep is overrated, LOL. There you go. Scud Surfer still hungry. There's some trolls in the chat tonight. Yeah, got that. Hello, fireworks. Yeah. Thanks again, Travis, for the second one. Yeah, these aren't bullets. These are casings. Okay, the bullet is only the projectile that comes out. Thanks for asking. I'm not allowed to show it, but I'm making them into new ammunition again. That's what I'm doing. But I'm not allowed to show it on YouTube, so I sit here off camera while I do it. Just going down the rabbit hole, the 450 Bushmaster uses .45 bullets, just like 445 ACP and 458 SOCOM. 70 uses .48. Jonathan Ringo, that's not true. 45 ACP uses .451 bullets. 45 Long Colt uses .452. Some of the cast lead that are soft will be .452 for 45 ACP. You're going to get much better results with .451. Sierra loads some of theirs as .4515. So they're halfway in between. So that's what's up there. Gotta say, I really love my G45 MOS and put in the Johnny Glock Performance Trigger and the Radian Ramjet. Maybe, wow. Cool. Dang, smut box. Yeah, I guess the Russian bots are in again. I went with SOCOM because I have 4570 as well. Yeah. I'd much rather have my 4570 than my SOCOM. So, if I'm in bear country, give me that. What's up, Redneck Axeman from the People's Republic of New Jersey? Good to see you here. What is this for? 44 Magnum. That's what it's for. Howdy, folks. Working. Got my ears on. Oh, okay, cool. What's MCK? I hope you're doing well. Got my ears on. What if we took a BT5 cannon and turned it into an HMG? I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm not a artillery guy. I was never in the military. Former NJ resident here, moved to PA a long time ago. There you go. So, Joe McKinney. Hello, Jess. Thanks for the idea of 25-45 sharps. That might be my next build. Let me know how it goes. 4570 hands down all day. Hey, Daddy. Well, I'm sorry, my kids are asleep in bed. I'm not your daddy. You mean black bears? Those don't eat meat. Black bears don't eat meat. Oh, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Yes, they do. I've seen them just trample over a fish. And they've killed people here in Alaska. Black bears not only eat meat, they will eat you faster than a grizzly bear. So, that's just a very ignorant, uneducated statement there, SSS. I don't understand why the 458 SOCOM and 450 Master don't use the same bullet diameter, although technically they're both 45 caliber, but it comes down to a fraction of an inch. Yes, a very small fraction of an inch. Fortnite Kid, hello, how you doing? I like the 9mm uses .355 and 357 uses .357. Yep, it's true. Black bears are omnivores. You live in Alaska? That's why my name is Alaskan Ballistics, yes. My bad, autocorrect is so annoying. Yeah, there you go. Let's see. What's up, Edward W? Evening. I have an S&W XVR 460 Magnum Performance Center with a 12-inch barrel. Nice. Hello, I subscribed. Thanks, Fortnite Kid. I want to disappear into the gaping mouth of the Alaska wilderness. Be careful, there's about 18 billion things that will kill you. You should be worried about polar bears. No, I don't. They're only living on the north and northwest coast. They don't live down here where I live. So, I sub. Thanks, Benjamin KO. Appreciate it. Brandon Oregano talked to me into getting a rugged Alaskan 360, and now I'm thinking I want that Obsidian 45. It'd be nice to have them both at 45. So Brandon's good like that. Brandon will talk you into buying anything. United States needs oil. Did someone say America? America. There we go. Of course, black bears eat meat, and lots of people say black bears are more aggressive towards humans than grizzly. I would agree. Both grizzlies that I've been near, you know, one of them was kind of interested in me and stalked up to 88 yards away from me. I'll put in the open tundra in Unit 13. The other one another one I was in my truck, and the other one was just across the river from me. It was minding its own business, didn't care I was there. It was fishing, I was fishing. It didn't care that I was there. My brother was with me. So, there's another 41 mag. That's why you inspect every piece of brass when you're doing this. So, will you say hi, Camille, please? Hi, Camille, please. 223 Wild or 5.56? Go with the 223 Wild. You can shoot both in that with good accuracy. So, Alaska is like Australia, but cold. No. Oh, we don't have snakes. We don't have bad gun control laws. No matter how much Mary Patolo wants to have them. So. I don't know about that. I'll have to look that up. SSS. Yeah, 223 Wild. What do you think about 6.5 Grindle for hog? Sure. Just use a good Barnes bullet. Where are your ancestors from? Georgia, and then Tennessee, and then Germany. 223 Wild isn't a cartridge. Yes, it's not a cartridge. It's chambering. 5.56 can safely shoot 223, but it doesn't mean that it will shoot it accurately. Also have an 8-inch 500 mag. I honestly prefer the 460, more range, accuracy, and penetration. I agree with that. What's the weather? Light snow? You got light snow? My best friend got killed by a grizzly. Well, Chris P. Bacon, you have my condolences. They will eat you and kill you too. The worst bears are polar bears. Nice forehead. Yeah, it's extending right into the top of my head. Thanks all. Jonathan Rangel, I mean, in terms of everything, tries to kill you. Yeah, that's Alaska. No snakes. I'm from South Carolina. Hi, Scott Hughes. Yeah, no snakes. I'm from Georgia originally. Alaska, away from the maddening crowd. Well, we're getting there, but we'll see. About being too cold in Georgia, I don't care how you do it. Okay, so I'm from Georgia. I'm from Clayton County, Wadu. Jonesboro, Georgia, born and raised. 18 years, 19 years in the same house. Moved to Hampton with my family. Got my college degree at West Georgia. Moved up here after a divorce I didn't want, and best decision I ever made. I will tell you like this, though, Wadu. We don't have the humidity here, okay? It's here sometimes in the summer. But, and it comes sometimes with a southern storm coming out of the Pacific Ocean. But we generally don't have the humidity. Humidity makes it hotter in the summer because all that moisture is holding in heat. And it makes it colder in the winter because all that moisture in the air is trying to freeze. And so when you don't have the humidity and you don't have the wind, we have wind storms, but we don't have the constant wind that Georgia and Mississippi and Alabama have. When you don't have those two things, I bundle up here, unless I'm going to go sit in a tree stand or something, like sit around and watch. I bundle up here in 20 degrees like I did in Georgia at 40 or 45 degrees. So it's all about what you want, Wadu. Yeah. I need to control the population near Yellowstone. Population of bears, I hope. Snowed last night. Yep, it did. Jonathan Rangel, I'm from Oregon, the last place on the West Coast that doesn't have ridiculous gun laws. Well, they tried, but then the Oregon state judge overturned it. I'm sure it's going. Well, I'm from California. Let's not talk about that. Yeah, I would not claim the Caliban either. I would not claim that. Got a few of these left. Surprised there's so many people on here. This is good. Yeah, the populations of grizzly control. Yep. The Caliban. Yeah, a lot of people call it California, and that just doesn't roll off the tongue. The Caliban. 6.5 Grindle. Hey, what's up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drip. 6.5 Grindle, I'm assuming, versus 223. Depends on what you're trying to do with it. You want to hunt? Calistan. There you go. I like Caliban better, though. I'm stealing it. Yes, I did not originate it, but I made it popular. So, Caliban, you may You may steal it all you want to. It's not. There you go. We think this is the Max Deer 20-inch barrel using 115 grain Barnes. 200 yards, maybe 250. Best elk cartridge. 7mm Remington Magnum. Yeah. What we killing? Nothing right now. I'm just reloading 44 Magnum. I don't believe in killing for killing's sake. Either I get meat or I'm defending my house, but just loading up some 44 Magnum stuff. What's up, Dan? How you doing? We are loading up 44 Magnum. We're just doing all the... I had a box of 300 or 400 pieces of brass that needed to get deprimed and resized. So, forgot if it's you. Oh, it's me. I hate the 270 Winchester. I really do. And I have one, and I shoot it, and I might carry it hunting this year. So, but I still hate it. All right. All right, but I'm hungry. Oh, I got a moose in my freezer. Cali Prepper, how's it going? We were just talking about the Caliban. Is it really that bad there? So, never was a 270 fan here. Yeah, just, there are so many cartridges that do what the 270 does better, including 30-06. I'm not really a fan of that one either, but I've killed my first character with one. It works. Never had moose. It's delicious, man. Hopefully, in a few days, I'll have my wall built here. And, yeah. I'd opt for a 6506 wall. I'll get first. Yeah. So, I'm going to tell you what, Travis Chapin. The 6506, when you look up the load data, you can't get near as close as you can with the 65 PRC. Like, you're 100 to 150 feet per second slower. You're right in there with my 65 284. So there's no point in going with that. Now 6.5 300 Weatherby, totally different story. Go for it. If you like a 400 round barrel life, of course. Cool, John Ward. California be like, we just had a Freedom Week. What's your opinion on 33 378 Weatherby Mac? Hey, it's a great cartridge. If you can hand load and find the brass for it, yeah, it's going to do everything you can. I would personally get the 3378. I've got a thing I want to do with that, but yeah, that's going to be there. Well, Russ, get up here. This chat is basically a man circle. Time to huddle up and play stuff. Yeah, there we go. 22 378. Doesn't what do they call that? Is it the 300 Weatherby with the, yeah, cool decoration. Yeah, I've got crap all in here. Wow. YouTube live alert system. What's your thoughts on the 7mm 8? Love that. YouTube alert fake? I don't know. Yeah, I am fake. Okay, thank you. The shipping cost or lack of Walmart on every other block affect the cost of living, ease of living, and literally walked to Walmart or a gun store. I probably shouldn't take it for granted. Living in Southern NK here, I'm 10 minutes from my Walmart. And there's 3 in Anchorage, 1 in the Valley, a couple in Fairbanks. There's 1 in Kenai. It's not like every small town has a Walmart, because not every small town has a traffic light. But yeah, not every small town has a road that goes to it. So Afghanistan now, 11:33 a.m. Oh, cool. Well, have a good day. Cracker Tweak. I don't know what you're talking about. Games. Angelo, LOL. 44 Magnum, one of my favorite colors. LOL, crackhead trolls. There's a lot of them in here. Never seen an alert before. Sounds like that. We're going to keep going. Let's see. How long have you lived in Alaska? 10 years. 10 years this past October. So 10 years in like 4 or 5 months. Yeah, something like that. What you thought about Tika rifles? They don't fit me. Their rising comb is too low, and their what do you call it? Length of pull is too low for me. But other than that, they're good. They're good. I mean, I have one. It's one of the old ones with the wooden stock that has the risen up stock. So It's Alaska, so it's not crack, it's method trolls. There you go. You think they're going to stage an alien attack? That would be impressive. I just did 120 grain, 44 specials with 200 grain. Cool. Cast ring. Cool. Dang, what's it like? What's what like? In fact, so Dan, I'm going to be loading up 200 grain coated hardcast from ckbbullets.com. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that out loud, but CKB cast bullets or something like that. You can find them. Google search CKB cast bullets. So I've done a video on their 10mm hardcast. I'm not a fan of Tika. I prefer Weatherby, Ruger, Bergara. I prefer Bergara over all the ones you mentioned. And I have a Tika, a Ruger, and a Weatherby. So Alaska. Alaska's fun. It's just a wilderness. It's like living in any other northern city if you live here in the southern part of Alaska. So if you live in Wasilla here or Anchorage or Kenai, Soldotna, it's like living in a small town, any other small town. You know, here in the Anchorage area, and then the valley where I live, it's it's just like living in any other small town. So, what's your opinion on 338 Win Mag? Pretty good, or should I look onto the Weatherby rounds? Looking for a good all-around rifle going after elk and bear when I hunt up north. I think you could do a better flat shooting round than 338 Win Mag. That being said, I mean, if you have some Reloader 17, you can get that shooting really flat. That's the 185 grain. I don't know if y'all can see that. I plan on doing a video on those at some point. But yeah, I have a whole playlist on 338 Win Mag. So stay away from ELDX, Hornady, bullet fragmented in a watermelon. So. New Germany resident here behind enemy lines. There you go. Sack King. I'm not going to say that out loud. All right. Must be quite freeing. It's pretty freeing. So Angelo S, to answer your question, it is pretty freeing. I moved up here like 3 months after my divorce was final that I didn't want, and I still loved her and all that kind of junk, and help her trade and all that kind of thing. And best decision I ever made. So like getting out and walking every day in the wilderness, in the snow. I moved here in October. I moved to Alaska in winter. Unlike a lot of people who move to it in summer, I moved to it in winter. And just be able to get outside. It took me a couple of years to get used to what I wanted to do to actually go hunting, but like that was good. Small town with better fishing. There you go. Compared to living in a city. So I mean, Anchorage is a big city. So I work in Anchorage. I live in kind of the suburbs of Anchorage, so in the valley. So yeah, it's even living in the big city, like you could go park in a trail and be in the wilderness, legit. There'd be a lot of people there also hiking, but you could legit do that. So getting that exercise every day helped me get over that depression. 5 years later, I met a new wife, and we have 2 kids now, and I'm never leaving because her family lives here, and you know, my family can come up on the airplane. So airplanes fly both ways. I strive to save my money one day, disappear without trace into the wilderness of Alaska, and become a goat farmer. Good luck with that. It's about I'm sorry, trying to raise livestock up here in the wilderness. Like I said, good luck, buddy. Oh, I'm almost done with this box of brass. David here, and Jay here, Glock 19 for everything. Oh, I love my Glock 19. I was carrying it tonight. Or today. 338 is great, but 300 Win Mag will get the job done too. Yeah. I think, you know, for bear and elk, if you're doing a longer range on elk, you're going to like 300 Win Mag better, or even 300 Weatherby will be even better, or even 300 PRC would be even better. What handgun do you carry in bear country? I normally carry my Glock 20 and my Smith & Wesson 629 Classic 5-inch. I usually have both on them. And if I'm really scared that there might actually be a bear there because I've seen scat or prints or smelled them or something before, I'll carry my 4570 Henry X. Got a good video on it on the channel, so. Not a city guy myself. I prefer it in sticks. I agreed. Just try to save my money one day. Hey, yeah, Riz Grimes. That's not nice. But hey, it's America. You do what you want to and don't get caught. Which means don't say it online. I'm in the same boat as you, brother. Yeah, there you go. Trevor Morrell, what's your opinion on the SIG MCX if you have any? Oh, it's a great gun. So, type of handgun do you carry in bear country? I think I just answered that. I do have a top 10 bear guns video. In fact, one of them I call a honorable mention. I actually carried, and it's the only gun I've actually shot a grizzly bear with that was wounded, was my Glock 21 converted to 45 Super. I carry that a lot because my wife carries the Glock Model 40. And I'd like to have a bigger, longer gun. Who doesn't? So, not goats, you'd have alpacas. There you go. I moved in the winter. It's no party. Bears would appreciate all the free goat meat they would get. That's true. Yes, goat milk is arguably better than cow milk. Either one of them give me the crap. So, I envy you. I'm in LA Caliban. I'm a hunter from Northeast Maine. Sounds like you need to get out of it, LA Caliban. Do everything you can to get out. Go back to Maine or come here or whatever. Gotcha. I love my Glock 20 10mm. Yeah. Yeah, I prefer the Glock 40 over the Glock 20. Better recoil control with the long slide, so. Another inappropriate question, but the answer is no, I do not. And I do. Smoking anything puts carbon dioxide in your lungs, and you'd have to be an absolute moron to do it. Carbon monoxide in your lungs, excuse me. What's up, Luminous Dave? Justin Perriman, how you doing? SIG versus Glock. Glocks don't go off by themselves. Those cute Glocks are just glorified high points. Oh, man. Now we're getting into the haters. I don't know if we can go shooting, Joshua. If you're a Glock hater. Just kidding with you. Just kidding with you. Yeah. If you get a chance to shoot a Glock Model 40, like I had a friend who was going to get a Glock 20, buy a Lone Wolf or KKM threaded barrel, and put a compensator on it so he'd have the same size gun as a Glock 40 and have much more recoil control. He shot my Glock 40 and bought a Glock 40. That's how much better it was than his idea. So, I'll make an exception for you. All right, Joshua. Somebody in their right mind has a switch. I don't know it. Do you have a switch? I don't know what you're talking about. Been trying to go to Alaska for some fly fishing. What's up, Max? To go to any recommendations? It depends. Do you want to be alone on a river, or do you want to be with a bunch of people? Because any river on the road system is crowded. So my recommendation is, if you want to experience true Alaskan wilderness, you'll go. You'll hire a guide that's going to fly you out somewhere. Working the night shift on the East Coast, yeah. Only reason I have a Glock is because my dad left it to me when he died. Well, you know, that's not a bad reason. I mean, my condolences, by the way. Our 357 45, too small for barrel, only hand caliber, however, I have right now. More important than the caliber is the bullet you use. So if you use a hard cast from a buffalo bore, like I do in my 357 Magnum, it will get the job done. But if you use like just cheap Full Metal Jacket 45, it may not, because it's round nose and it's very, very fragile. It's like all plated bullets and not stuff like, yeah, so you can do it, that way. No, I do not have a switch on the Glock. I've already dropped that. out there. Personally put that Glock behind glass. Yeah, there you go. So the Glock 20 is a 4.6-inch barrel, kind of a duty size, 15 rounds. Glock 40 is the same grip, but it has a better trigger, and it has a 6-inch barrel and heavy slide for more velocity. So I have, and the 29 is the small compact. So I have several videos comparing all three of them, different kinds of ammo and the speed they get. So go check out the channel. I don't condone your name, but there you go. I have the Glock 23C. There you go, if you like it. Yeah, full auto on a pistol is a waste. Pretty much. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to hide that. Cool. Okay. All right, I got to go, but take care. I wish you the best. You too, Angelo S. Take care. If you had to choose between the FN 510 or the Tanfoglio 10mm, FN 510, and I hate that gun, but I did have one jam in the Tanfoglio and no jams in the FN 510. Glock 29X is the next Glock. I'm calling it right now. That would be cool. Yeah, the Model 45, excuse me, the Model 35 in 40 Smith & Wesson. They're not too hard to find, but they're not easy. Yep. 10mm hard cast. It works. So does Extreme Penetrator. Extreme Penetrator. What's up, Isabella? I'll give you a shout out. There you go. I don't know who you are, but may God bless you and, you know, believe in the second man. 2A is Absolute Tim. Oh, hey. Cool. Nice to meet you. Does Alaska have crap gun laws like America? Well, Alaska is a part of America. No, we are a fully open carry and no red flag laws. No, everything's legal. Yeah, except for full autos without a tax stamp. You know, except for stuff that's regulated federally. Yeah, we are a part of that. I have subscribed. Thanks, Isabella. Good community to be a part of here in channel, except the one or two trolls and crazy talking about drugs in the chat. Yeah, pretty much. Opinions on Glock 40 Snake. I have tons of videos on the Glock Model 40, and the Glock Model 40 is probably my favorite Glock. I love it. The only problem with the Glock Model 40, my wife has appropriated it. And I used to work in Cabela's, and people tell me, that gun is too heavy. I go, well, maybe. But my wife carried it to Thunderbird Falls all the way and back, 8.5 months pregnant last week. And she really did, so gun laws are illegal. 2 Oakland taco locations on Folsom Island closed indoor dining. No, it wasn't CO2 drive-through reloading only now. Booger Dog, what are you talking about? Did somebody hack your account? That Glock can't fix that hairline, that's for sure. That is for sure. You're scared of 454 for bear defense. Have you ever considered one for a trail gun? I have not shot one enough to be familiar with it to do that. But yeah, I would consider one. The best revolver, period, is that Ruger Toclat in 454 for bear defense. It's got the right barrel length for enough power. It's got the, you know, the strength. Got 6 rounds. There it is. Mine lives in the nightstand, less in the woods. There you go. Yeah, ours lives where it's easy to get to. I have the Walther PDP Pro. Cool. Full size and the compact. Cool. Hey, I'm going to correct you, Austin. The only safety on any gun is between your ears. It's your brain. Okay? Which is why guns and drugs, like what his name is, don't mix. All right? Yeah, the Glock Model 40 is not a 40. It's Smith & Wesson. It's a 10mm. Yeah. Yeah, it's not a 40 short and weak. loaded with 700 grain hard cast. There you go. Yeah, I agree. The Smith & Wesson, get that 5-inch model 460, that's actually a really, really good model to get. 9mm or 357 SIG, bear defense, I would choose 357 SIG. Because with a good, solid copper, you're going to do a lot better. Correct on that, yep. Glocks have 3 internal mechanisms that prevent them from being fired without you pulling the trigger. They're not going to drop and go off. So Glocks do have safeties. They're just internal. Don't put your finger on the trigger if you don't want it to go off. There's no such thing as an accidental discharge or somebody accidentally put their finger on the trigger. I got my phone back. Whee! I'm in the doctor's. I had a piece of rebar go through my calf falling off my truck. The button they gave me for meds is awesome. Range day was a fail at the gravel pit. Oh, man. Well, I'm glad you got your phone back and you're... I hope you're okay. So, by calf, I'm assuming your own leg, not like a cow calf. So, there is that. Yeah, I don't know what that guy's talking up. Don't use bear spray. Yeah. You can have it out, but have a revolver ready too. Or a Glock 10mm. Want to get a revolver in the future. Do you think it would be a good idea? Would you recommend looking for a 44 mag or possibly 454? Depends on what you want to do with it, but I'd recommend 44 because the ammo is more available and more common. But 454 is good too. Do you think it would be a good idea if a company made a carbine that shot 460 pistol ammo? Yes, I do. Does what's that company that makes the 500? Bighorn Armory? Do they make one? Yep, between the ones. Ugh. Currently serving the military in California, but I have to carry my permit in Minnesota, but the laws here won't allow me to bring anything here. Any recommendation on California compliant guns? Oh, Gen 3 Glock. I don't have the list in front of me. I would go join Patreon for the Armed Scholar and ask him. He's in California. He's a good guy. Talked to him a couple times. I support him on Patreon. So I would go do that if I were you. Greetings from Quincy, Massachusetts. How you doing? Up there in the state that started the American Revolution. It's pretty cool. 629 is a great 44. I love my 629. 22, so light. Shot at the range on the other day for the first time. I've shot at the caliber, but holy crap, the gun was built like a nerd gun. Mechanisms are sensitive. Yeah, so 22 long rifle is very, very picky. Bighorn Armory carbines are expensive. Mom says go to bed. I like shooting 22 at the range for plinking, but it's a pain to pick up afterwards. there you go. It can be a pain. But there's something you can get that you can turn those into brass bullets. Like you can take the 22 Magnum brass and reshape them into like little lightweight bullets for different calibers. So something to think about. Gen 4 and 5 are too dangerous to be owned by civilians in the Caliban. Would a 45 Colt revolver, not the ACP, be sufficient for bear defense? Actually, yeah, and there's the Buffalo Bore. If you get a good Ruger, the Buffalo Bore is actually more powerful in the 45 Colt than it is in the 44 Magnum. Recently saw a poll that showed Alaskans more than Texans or Northern Californians would succeed from the Union if given the opportunity. As a Texan, I kind of find that weird. So here's my plan. Texas secede from the Union, and in the succession papers, you say any county or province or state or municipality that adjourns Texas border or adjourns the border of another municipality that adjoins Texas's border can also succeed with you if they vote too. We would have one country from Texas to Alaska, with Northern California, Eastern Washington, and Eastern Oregon also being a part of it. So, John Ward, I think that would be kind of cool. So, I think us succeeding from the Union by ourselves would be stupid because then we'd be ripe for a Russian attack or Chinese. I have the Kimber K60 SS, a single action, double action, and it runs good, but the moon clips don't hang on to well as it like. Yeah, there you go. Is it 357 Magnum? Do you need a moon clip? Bighorn Armory 500 mag would be awesome, but they jacked up the price like $5,000. I'm just not going to pay that because they used to be $2,000. Yeah, I know. Bighorn Armory does make a 460 Smith & Wesson. Bighorn extremely expensive. I think they were always 5K. No. Not them brass collectors on the range. Have you seen the new Bull Armory hatchet? It's based off of a Glock 17. I have not. Just put a thumb in on it. Thank you, Matthias. The fudge at the range, collecting unwanted brass. Yeah. Tim Haha, Kentucky Ballistics. Yeah. He's a good channel. Look your hopper off of Strangest Things. I have no idea. I've never watched Stranger Things, but thank you. He must be a really good looking guy. Agreed. Would love to have Alaska join us. There you go. I love my country. I hate politicians. As a Texan, I love your plan. Independent nation of Tex, Alaska. Yeah. And remember, as great as the state of Texas is, you can cut Alaska in half, and Texas would be the third largest state. Because we're bigger than two of you guys. Just saying. In fact, I think, yeah. Bro, it's sad about Bayou. I don't know who that is. Annex the Great Alaskan Highway. There you go. One day add Maine. So my plan is all the conservative states succeed in the middle. You have the two liberal states, right? And those two liberal states, okay, are those two liberal countries will fail with their socialisms and go into absolute poverty. Then we can just take them back over. So that's what'll happen. Crap, I just had a whole bag of 308 brass that was on top of my cabinet's wall. Weakest Texas man versus strongest California man. I am a big fan. Hey, Tyler Rees. Nice to meet you. That's good. It's sad about Paul Harrell getting cancer. Yes, it is. And that kind of hit home because my best friend died from cancer last year, and I just had biopsy. So that was kind of hitting home. There it goes again. Yeah. That alert's BS, by the way. I just reported it. Thank you. Appreciate it. So did I. I reported it too. Yeah, it was all clear on the biopsy, so we're good. I still got to get a CAT scan. I've been doing that. Western Providence, Canada. Yeah, oh, they would come with us. They hate the Trudeau government. Not worried about that. Trudeau trying to hold on to him would probably start a civil war. But, you know, this whole peaceful divorce idea is a good idea. Yep, we should stop shipping things to the state that given to conservative demands in short order. Yeah, probably. North Santa Barbara County would join. There you go. Yep, Alaska has the gigantic land area, tons of oil reserves, and Texas has the largest diversified economy, a number of people. Other states would join us too. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I have finished all my 44 Magnum brass. So I'll be ready to move on to the next step. Tomorrow, Michael just recovered from thyroid cancer about 2 years ago. That's what I had my biopsy on. So anyway, like that's the weirdest feeling. So let's talk about my biopsy for a second, because it's the weirdest feeling. So if you've ever been to the dentist and they numbed you up really good, and they give me that anti-anxiety medicine beforehand, so I'm just like, whoa, you know, loopy. I can't drive or anything. And you feel the pliers and stuff rattling around in your mouth, but you don't feel any pain. That's what my biopsy feel like. So what they did was take my neck right in here, and they numb the skin with a needle. Very, very small needle. They told me it was smaller than the needle that they prick your arm to give blood with, and that's the only reason why I did it. So they did that, and I was breathing hard too. I was going, trying to breathe, relax, because I hate needles. So they numbed that up. Then they stuck the needle in farther and hit the thyroid up with the actual lidocaine. Then they stuck 6 more needles in, and I didn't feel a thing. So it was pretty interesting. So I'm not a fan of needles either. Yeah, Travis Chapin. It was a very small needle. The doctors who did it have been doing it for 27 years together, between the doctor and the sonogram operator and all that stuff. And I'm telling you, they are good. Yeah, like anybody in Alaska who has a thyroid or some other type of endocrinologist need for a doctor, I highly recommend Dr. Copal. But she's also the only one in Alaska, so it's a good thing she's good. She could have been bad and been the only one in Alaska, so you know how it works there. So Portlanders are big fans of needles. Yeah, I believe that. So I ain't looking forward to that old age. Yeah. Shoot. If I make it to 50, I'll be happy. Is that Jesse Pinkman? I don't know who Jesse Pinkman is. What's up, Marcus Hibden? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, we're just finishing the chat. So guys, yeah, keep Paul Arrow in your prayers, and make sure you go donate if you can to him. And guys, God bless. Take care. We will see you at the range. Godspeed and good hunting. Take care.